of Animal Dance, a performance and production company in Burlington, named the Loom Ensemble, with their newest work called Tell Me How You Breathe. Loom is directed by Neva Cockrell and Raphael Sachs, and together they've been working with artists from all over the country since December in devising intensives to develop material that then this spring they auditioned actors to develop the final form of the piece that you'll see tonight. So it's been a long, amazing process. The Vermont Dance Ensemble started in June, and we joined them here for their July tour throughout the state. And this is the last Vermont performance before they continue for weeks and weeks in Massachusetts and New York. So if you have people in those places, please help us spread the word. All right, so we want you to be very comfortable. If you've chosen a ground seat and later it doesn't feel so great, look around for a black chair or feel free to stand up. TV and Burlington Parks and Rec. On your way out, be sure to click on the program QR code so you can learn about the artists and more about the work. And we will have a talk back after the show for about 10 minutes. And it's been a really important way for the artists to understand each community's perception and reaction to the work, specifically after what we have all experienced across the state and the thematic content of climate change and catastrophe and art as a way of rallying community and care and connection to our natural world. So we would love for you to stay and let us know your thoughts. Please enjoy the show.
Take it to the trees. Take it to the trees. Take it to the trees. Take it to the trees, she said. Roots to the earth, leaves to the sky. The trees are wise. Take it to the trees, she said, and then bear witness, bear gifts, your body bear. Take it to the trees, she said, let your heart follow bed. Breathe, rest. Take it to the trees, she said. Roots to the earth. Take it to the trees, she said. The roots to the earth. Take it to the trees, she said. And then bear witness. Take it to the trees, she said. And then bear witness. Take it to the trees, she said. Let your heart follow bed. Take it to the trees, she said. Let your heart follow bed. Take it to the trees, she said. She said. Roots to the earth. Take it to the trees, she said. Take it to the trees, she said.
situation that's created that. I want to know where. Oh. Where?
Might say are really there. It is a matter of bringing your own humility into that which is so much greater. It comes through breathing. Through allowing the trees to breathe your breath, there is life being given there. You give it back, and the trees receive it.
Right. I remember. And then I connect to that place in me where I can connect to the center of the earth, and I feel it through hands and feet and lips and eyes and tongue, and yes, then I move.
I bet if you showed your friends and they practiced, they could find it.
I don't know, Nana. At school, they tell us not to move too much or breathe too hard.
This dance connects us to the earth sprout. It is one of our very first relationships. It is special and not so special at the same time. You know?
I guess so, Nana. Thank you. I love dancing with you.
I love it too. You have these trees in you, Sprout. They will always be with you, just as I will always be with you. All right?
All right.
Hey, did you order me a coffee?
Hey, I thought you were just Tina.
No, couldn't stay away.
Well, I got you a tea.
Okay, probably better for me anyways. Thank you.
Seema, did you get tested?
No.
I have
Margaret.
been texting you all week long. I know that the lines are long, but I have priority access to texting from work. So,
About
please.
that. Margaret,
I'm only concerned about your health.
I know, but I'm going out into the forest.
What? Seema alone?
No, hear me out. These are people that I trust. And Jay is going. Remember Jay from high school? I need something fresh. All of our organizing work in the city is getting so messy and convoluted, and I need to get away.
The forests are fenced off for good reasons, Seema.
It's messed up that they're keeping people out.
Hardly. We don't know yet if the trees are dying due to human impact or not. And besides being completely illegal, what is your plan? To hop the fence to the forest and run off for some indeterminate amount of time with what, your yoga mat?
Look, no offense, and I know you're exhausted, but it just seems like everything is blowing up in smoke, and I know you can't say what's happening with your work, but what's happening?
I can't really say.
She has you, or she can go to the island. Problem solved.
Not going to the island.
What do you mean? Mom has pink lungs, does she not?
Yes?
And she wants to go, so let her.
Obviously, I would never stand in her way, Seema. I would do anything to keep her safe. But the island is completely unethical. They're only taking people with pink lungs. They're leaving people with gray lungs behind. You can't go.
I get that, Margaret, and that sucks. But this is Mom. And as much as you feel the need to control everything, you need to open your mind. I want to help Mom too. I want to help everyone. I'm looking for something different out in the forest.
Seema, I really believe that my team and I can find a treatment for people who are suffering with gray lungs.
I believe in your work, dude. I just can't sit around here feeling useless.
I don't understand. But yeah, just promise me that you'll say goodbye to Mom before you go.
Promise. Hey, I'll go right now. Want to come with?
I can't. I have to get back to work.
Okay. Well, hey, believe in you. Love you.
Picture this. You're standing outside your new home in the freshly cut grass. You open your eyes and see the ocean in your backyard and trees miles and miles ahead of you. And you're breathing in the cleanest air imaginable. Can you picture it? Well, this can all be yours. The Island, sponsored by HLAC, brings all pink-lunged people to a new paradise. The island has all your wants, needs, and desires. All we're missing is you. Find the testing facility near you to see if you qualify today. The island. Live the life you deserve.
Cut! Thank you, everyone! This is the important work of our time. All these dead trees. Go on, lungs. Make it right. Build anew. I'm late.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Major News Network. Now, we are doing a special program on the 1-year anniversary of the Gray Lungs Crisis. We are joined here today by Mr. Davidson Ellis, founding director of the HLAC SP. And of course, we have Dr. Margaret Bissinger here to give us testing and research updates within the National Health Organization.
Yes, thank you. My name is Davidson Ellis, and I'm the founding director of the Healthy Lungs Advisory Committee. So with HLAC's separation plan, healthy pink-lunged people are being brought to an island where the ratio of humans to trees is being restored to sustainable balance. Thank you.
And Dr. Bissinger, what is happening with your research?
My scientists at the National Health Organization are working around the clock to find a treatment for people with gray lungs.
As a gray-lunged person myself, let me reiterate that the purpose of studying healthy pink lung tissue in the controlled environment of the island is to research solutions for all pink-lunged people, gray-lunged people.
Are all people with pink lungs able to go to the island?
The island is still in its initial trial period. This year we can accept only 5,000 people. This is why it's an inspiration to witness the majority of our nation rally in favor of increased funding for this essential social program?
And will this impact funding for the NHO?
Absolutely. As always, climate catastrophe impacts people on the front lines most heavily. These are our elders, our youth, working class people, people of color. The island only protects people with pink lungs, i.e. the most privileged. If we want to take the ethical, equitable stance, all of the funding for Davidson's island project should be redirected towards research.
And this is still considered a national emergency, isn't it?
Yes. And in fact, the situation is deteriorating rapidly. I know I can find the answer if I just keep working, searching, research.
We'll find the answer on the island.
The situation is deteriorating rapidly.
Well. It seems like the situation is deteriorating rapidly, everyone. Oh, goodness. Climate change is no joke. Personally, I think the island project sounds kind of nice. I know it's a bummer. Not everyone will be able to fit there. I mean, of course, I want everyone to find treatment. What am I talking about? And I know you do too. And with the way Dr. Visser is talking, I think we might be able to find a solution. C seems very smart. I think I'm getting off track here. What was I doing? All right. Back to the story, everyone.
My sisters hit the ceiling. Looks like as far as science goes, they said it on the TV that there's too much that they don't know. Still they built iron fences like we're not running out of time. I'd say my one defense is that our solution is outside. My mom says I'm too reckless. I guess that I'm proving her right. Still I will find that garden, that Eden in the forest. Lights the leaves, my guiding compass towards the wisdom past my time. I swear that I can find them, my own ancestry in the vines. I swear that I can find it, that resolution. I swear that I can find it here. Maple ceiling spiraling onward to my road racing on and
She knew what to do. She knew just how to move to make people follow along. I can't do this without you, Nana. Please don't go. I can't do this alone. I can hear you. I can still. I can't do this alone. Hi, welcome. Welcome to this dance class. My name is Sprout. This is only my second time teaching.
It's just me.
That's fine. I think we just get started. So it's really hard to explain. This is something that has really helped me, and I hope that it helps people's lungs. The way that my nana used to do it was, so you have roots. Let me start over. The first thing you do is you feel your feet on the ground, and you breathe. No, it's good to try breathing deep. And the next thing you do is picture a tree. It could be a tree that you've seen in your childhood, something you've seen on TV or in a picture book at school. And then you picture the sky. Because the trees are always touching the sky, even if you can't see it from where you're standing right now. And then the next thing you do is connect with someone.
Oh, no, sorry, I sanitized.
That's fine. Maybe you can imagine holding someone's hand. You can imagine holding your father's hand, or your best friend's hand, or your grandmother's hand. And then you dance with them.
Oh,
And this part is really important. That's it. Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks for coming.
You'll keep figuring it out, dear.
That's not how she got it at all. I'm not getting this right. Okay, I need to. What did Nana say? What's the tree like? I don't know. The tree, she's bumpy. Like my tongue. Like my hair braided bumpy. Her skin moves up and down and she sways. Like my nana in the kitchen with her coffee. Like people on the subway. And she's in the ground. My nana said that her roots reach other roots. They reach like I reach to touch tears, touch face. My tongue licks my salty sand like she drinks in the rain. Remember when I used to cry and the tree drank the tears in from her feet, her roots? I can't drink from my feet. I see this tree everywhere. I see her sisters because she's everywhere, really. And she's in me. The fact
out of the gold in my eyes, the wind, the leaves rustle. Is it the laughter in my nana's throat? And I know I'm like her. They make us stand in straight lines in school and sit in chairs, but they can't fool us. We stand tall and we sway, and our skin is precious and our bodies know what to do. And they want to be together. We belong together. We belong together. I like that. If you look to your left and you look to your right, you might notice that there's someone you may not know there, like a stranger. Please, I encourage everyone to introduce yourselves. Like for real. Like say your names. Hey, how's it going? Oh my gosh. Love Burlington. My cat loves
Yeah.
behind you. Love you. Meet you. Ah. Connection. Don't forget about the dogs. The babies. Full conversation on the front. Ah. I love this! Yeah! See, we are all more connected than we think. This dance, Sprouts dance, encapsulates that. I'm being honest, I did not know there was so much dance in this story. But there is, and it feels good, and I don't know, I think Sprout may be onto something big.
Squirrel shift! Squirrel shift! Squirrel shift! Come on, who's it gonna be? Squirrel shift! I know that you can hear me.
Okay, look, Shelly, I gotta get up to high ground today, all right? The schedule, it's Thursday.
I'm not gonna do it.
What?
You do it.
No, I'm not gonna do it. Come on. Look, Shelly, I gotta get up to high ground, all right? It's been 10 days, and I gotta check to see if the security is holding, huh?
Yeah, Celeste, you're on squirrels.
Exactly.
Come on, remember, we make
our own home. We win our own freedom.
We heal our wounds among us. That's right. And in order to make our own home, we need enough food for all of us.
And part of our freedom is making sure we don't get dragged back to the city by cops for having hopped the fence.
I already told him to go. You really don't need to be convincing me.
Wanna come with me, Seema?
Nah. Can you just get at least 6, please? Seema, what is your shift?
I thought we were going to do some strategy stuff today.
Yeah.
I thought we could talk to some of the foresters farther north. I heard they have more supplies, and I saw a few of them passing by later on today.
Yeah, I'm really not interested in giving away all of our hard-earned plans and big ideas.
It's just been a rough few weeks since I got here, Shelley, and I heard they have more winter gear, so maybe they can tell us how they winterize.
They have better gear. I've survived the winter out here. Have you, Seema? No. Why don't you figure out which chores you're responsible for and just make sure that they're done?
I've been doing that, Shelley. I just
Thank
don't...
you. Thank you so much.
Shelley, look, I'm really worried.
So what, you're gonna cry about it? It's not good for you, Seema. Plus, I can't have that out here. Gotta be strong out here.
You know, I thought this whole forest community thing was a good idea, but they're not on the same page at all. Oh my goodness. But if you look at it from a different perspective, they're pretty brave from removing themselves from a situation that wasn't working for them. Personally, I would have brought like camping snacks or actual survival skills instead of radical ideas. But hey, who am I? You know, I just work here. All right. Now, speaking of radical, back in the city. And welcome back to the panel. Now, Mr. Ellis, we have gotten word that trees are dying on the island and pink-lunged people are now developing gray lungs. Can you tell us what is happening?
The island is still a necessity at this point.
Simply put, the island is a complete failure. The trees are dropping their leaves. We don't know why.
Or with no promise of results from the National Health Organization to actually help gray-lunged people. All we can hope to do is to protect the few that are still healthy.
So what you're saying is that you would rather protect the pink-lunged few over the gray-lunged masses?
There are increased protests around the nation against the separation plan. What is your take on these protests?
The protesters don't understand the gravity of this crisis.
No, the protesters are the voices of the people and of the country, and we are scared. Everybody deserves a chance.
We're not all going to make it.
At least I am
Your
trying.
project is failing.
Your project has already failed.
Dr. Bissinger, Mr. Ellis, thank you so much for your work. We will see you again next week.
I know you, Dr. Bessemer. You're just digging your heels in because you know you're wrong.
You don't want the island to exist. You sent your own daughter there.
You sent your mother there already.
Not by my own choice.
I'm done fighting with someone who's out of ideas and out of time.
Humans like that as a species, some of them destroying everything in their path. I have dedicated my life to the science of understanding how life continues to blossom all around us. When this first began, I was certain that I could find something to help people. But I'm out of time, and I'm out of ideas, and I'm Dr. Margaret Bissimer. Dr. Margaret Bissimer. What is happening to me? Do I dare to try to breathe deeply? Was the last time I stood still long enough to feel? Doctor, can I breathe? This is exhausting. don't have an answer. I'm at war. I'm at war with myself. I'm at war with my mind and the concept of time. Each day the death toll it increases. I'm running out of time.
I don't understand if my tears are weakness that I've always held in. Why is it so pretty outside? My feet and I've been running after all of this time. Leaves wrap around me like a hug, like our tears won't linger, like my feelings mean I'm okay.
Exhale. The grass it grows. Somehow it knows I'm reaching deep like the
Discovery of grief,
ancestry of the vine.
open heart, open mind,
Discovery of the deep.
ancestry of the vine,
Open heart.
open mind.
I have an idea.
I can hear you. I can still. I'll bring you with me everywhere.
I would like to give everyone the opportunity to learn the beginning of Sprout's dance. Now, we could either do this sitting, I'm sitting. Anyway, we could either do this sitting down if you'd like, or stand up if you'd like. Either one works. Now, to begin, we start with feeling our feet on the ground. And we want to have palms up, and then inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And then mirror me, sway this way, and sway the other way. Yes! Okay, we're doing that again. All right, now, inhale, exhale. Inhale again, sway this way, and sway the other way. Yeah, good job! This is all we'll learn for now. Oh, yeah. No. I have one last thing to, oh no, you can sit down if you want. It's up to you, I don't control you. Now, I do have one last thing to say, is that Sprout stays crushing it. Her dance goes viral all over TikTok. I mean, people are coming from around the nation saying that they breathe better after this dance. They're teaching this dance before rallies and protests, at graduation parties, bar mitzvahs. I mean, it's everywhere. And through it all, Sprout stays steady. So I guess it is good that there's so much dance in the story. Now, let's see what Seema is up to after all that crying in the forest.
Y'all, I have to tell you something.
Yeah, what's up?
I just cried in the forest for a long time.
You what?
That's not good for you, man.
I know, and I haven't in years, but I actually think my breathing's gotten a little better. And it's not just that. As I was crying in the clearing, I could have sworn I saw some of the trees start to turn toward me. And some of the dead trees around me started to sprout new leaves.
Seema, you're sounding crazy.
I know, but seriously, you guys, I think we could use this.
Use this like to get enough food to survive the winter. Use this like to escape police surveillance. Use this
Like to survive each other? I've watched the two of you rebuild this thing like 5 times today. We were always bickering with each other. I'm always either mad at Shelly for not listening to any of my ideas, or mad at Les for not taking my emotional needs into account, or mad at Jay for leaving a mess all over the place. But right now, I can look at the two of you and not feel furious.
Thanks.
I'm just saying, I think if we gave some space to the things that have been weighing on us, we could work better together.
So, what do you want us to do, Seema? You want us to, like, cry?
Let's do an interpretive dance about it.
No, God, no.
Is that it?
You don't have to do all that. You don't have to bawl your eyes out. I'm just saying, if you have anything that's been weighing on you, it's been heavy on your heart, this could be a good place to share.
Okay, Seema. All right. How do you want to...
I can go first.
Sure.
It's been harder out here without my mom and my sister than I thought it'd be. You know, I'm used to being away from them with my organizing work, but we always have ways to keep in contact, and here I can't know if they're okay and tell them if I'm okay. And honestly, I don't always feel okay because my sister is like my grounding force when I'm spiraling, and so much of the time I just feel so lost here, and I wish I could have that with me.
I hear you.
Anyone else like to share?
I've been thinking about my dad recently.
Like you want to go visit him.
No, he passed away from gray lungs. And kind of just like when it happened, it was like right before I had to get to the forest, so I didn't have time to. But it's whatever, you know. It is what it is.
You wanna tell us a little bit about it?
You want me to talk about my dad?
If you want to.
Okay. He was a good guy. He got me into activism, which was pretty cool. Yeah. I guess that's kind of what that's kind of what I miss most about him, is that he would always be there for me, you know, and I don't know, I felt like the rest of my family doesn't really understand what I do, but he just got it. Yeah, he got it every time, actually. And it's not fair. He was the best, you know? And I miss him. I miss someone being proud of me like that, you know? And I wish he could just beat me. What you doing to me, Seema?
How you feeling?
Sad? But I feel like I could breathe better.
Really?
Yeah. Like I could,
Those were dead trees before, right?
Yeah. So pretty.
let's all take a deep breath together. You can close your eyes if you want. I know we've all lost so many things in our lives. And we all have so much to lose in the face of climate change. Take a moment to honor your grief. Whether it may be in your body, in your heart, in your breath. And in your heart, hold this question. What do you want to keep fighting for? It's okay to hold space. Thank you. Now, let's get on with the story.
Come in. Dr. Bristomer, what are you doing here?
Hi. I feel terribly about the way that our last conversation went. I want to invite you back to panel. They had an idiot filling in for you last week. I know that we have incredibly different approaches to this thing. And I know that you've heard me say this a lot recently, but this time is different, Davidson. I am on to something in the lab.
My daughter showed me this video on her phone the other day, and she was laughing and laughing and laughing. So I took out my phone and I made a recording of her laughing. She had a doctor's appointment.
Is she okay?
No.
How is she doing?
She has gray lungs, and she's getting worse.
Davidson, I'm so sorry.
Everything's a mess.
I know. What about that dance?
I should get back to work.
Okay.
Margaret,
Yes.
thank you.
Good night.
I grew up breathing smog that Mom and Dad's lungs gave out. Now we fight for dying trees, but before this crisis there's been many more. Loss upon loss and death on death, and that was all before this tipping point came. Gotta keep pushing to find the answer, no time for grief or a heartbreak. Little one, what world will you see without the trees that we need? Even if not for me, build it for her, a place where she can breathe. Generations crying out, the echoes ringing, I can't breathe. Now my girl asks me for help, I don't know how to help her breathe. What world do you see without the trees that we need? Even if not for me, dreamed it for her, a place where she can breathe. Loss upon loss and death on death, that was all before this tipping point came. That's what the island was, that's what we worked for, but all the leaves came tumbling down. The little one, what world will you see without the trees that we need? Even if not for us, build it for them, a place they can breathe. A place for all to breathe. Her name is Sprout. Thank you for your time.
Where should we begin?
My daughter is sick. I've had gray lungs since the beginning, but she's just little. And she's getting worse. And everything I thought would help isn't helping her or anyone.
And you want to try something else?
Something.
Do you want to try to move, dance?
I don't know.
Okay, so the first thing you do is you feel your feet on the ground and you breathe. Let me start over. Feel your feet on the ground. Breathe. Like the branches of a tree, we reach. Feel the shape of the tree in your body. And you sway like her. Imagine you are a tree and then find that central line. Connect to those around you. Connect to the earth, your roots. Watch them grow, spread, communicate. Connect to your ancestors. And then you send that energy out. Breathe. Reach. Sway. Central river of life. Connect.
What's happening?
The original roots returning to the big roots. This is the practice of every day, the practice of humility.
And you're the originator of this dance, or?
Generations of people before me, ancestors, bringing up the main line of the tree.
And there's different dances for different circumstances.
You could say it's one long phrase, and as it spread to different communities, they make it fit with who they are and who they come from.
I'm sorry. How many trees are there here right now?
How many did you see when you walked in?
I don't know. I thought only 2 or 3, but I haven't seen trees like this since I was so little.
Mr. Ellis, when you see more trees than some might say are really there, it's a matter of bringing your own humility into that which is so much greater.
Where did they come from?
These trees have been having an interconnected conversation for eons. This human interruption is so brief in that big, big picture.
But are they real?
Well, how's your breathing right now?
We tried to restore balance between humans and trees on the island so that other people could, like I'm breathing right now. But all of the trees on the island died at rates that we don't understand. Why are the trees dying?
They feel the separation. They feel the separation that your organization has been creating, and they don't like it. They are bringing their energy back through the mainland, back to us, through the earth. That's why they're dying. They know that separation is not the way. Mr. Ellis, I can see you're trying to understand, and I want to understand you. I think we need each other. I'm not a politician. I'm not on the inside. You know how to lead people in your way, and I know how to lead people in mine.
I don't know what my future holds. I can't pretend to know anymore. Try. But I will do anything I can to help.
I know that I know what my grandmother knows.
Will you all sing with me? Tell me how you breathe. Tell me how you breathe.
Whatever comes through and out of you.
Tell me how you breathe. Tell me how you breathe.
Words from a seedling saying, feel instead of see.
Tell me how you breathe. Tell me how you breathe.
Walk, dance in the face of sadness.
Tell me how you breathe. Tell me how you breathe. I know that I know what my grandmother knows. Tell me how you breathe. Whatever comes through and out of you.
Tell me how you breathe.
Tell me how you breathe. Words from a seedling saying feel instead of see.
Tell me how you breathe. Tell me how you breathe.
Walk, dance in the face of sadness.
Tell me how you breathe.
Tell me how you breathe. Thank you.
Aw. Touching, really. I mean, who would have thought this guy, this powerful, influential, cute guy could be so connected? It gives me hope for all the other big shots out there. Just a little. Here, take a look at this. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to panel. Now, Dr. Bismer, I hear you have some exciting news to share.
Yes, the National Health Organization has developed a wearable device that makes better use of the oxygen that is in the air. We are distributing them to the public at large, and we are prioritizing frontline communities. This will essentially buy us 2 more years of time to find alternative solutions to dealing with climate change.
That is exciting news. Would you say that we could call this device a solution and begin to put this predicament of ours behind us?
Allow me to be very clear. We are still in a
project.
The island has failed. And as a leader, it is my responsibility to acknowledge HLAC's mistakes, to defund the separation plan, and to reinvest in our communities at home. With so little time to create systemic change, now is when we must each be prepared to embrace strategies we might not have otherwise been open to. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis, Dr. Bismer, and thank you both for your hard work. Oh, there you are, Seema. Look, I just want to let you know that meeting was like really good, for real.
I know, right?
I know, I never knew Shelly could be so nice.
I told you, these grief rituals are working.
Yeah, you know, all this feeling stuff is so woo-woo, but it's really changing things. Oh, I'm excited for you to introduce that decision-making body that you want to do. Oh, and I think you should talk to the other forest communities to see if they're interested too.
Jay, I need you to do that, actually.
What do you mean?
I think I need to go back to the city.
What?
We can't just keep everything we figured out to ourselves.
But we're just getting started out here, Seema.
But Jay, the protests, right? The island really got defunded, and the people helped make that happen. And every new person who comes out here is telling us about this dance, how it's bringing people hope and healing. All of these things are coming together at the same time. People trying new tactics, and wanting to change things, and trying to fight. I don't know into what yet, but I have to tap back in. And I think I could share our processes around grief with them.
I thought you were done organizing in the city.
I know, but this next chunk of time is going to be hard, Jeff. I don't want people to lose hope. I don't feel like I'm leaving you, though. The whole trees thing, you know? I'll see you sometime soon, okay?
Yeah, okay. Look, I got your back, Seema, all right? My roots to your roots.
Of course. And I'll take you with me everywhere. Maple ceiling landing onward. Now I'm home. Time to show them what I now know. This is who I'm gonna be. I found something better. Maple ceiling landing downward. Now my roads led me back home. This is who I'm meant to be. I found my role, my destiny.
Seema, you're here. You're here, and you're okay. When did you get back? Come sit down.
I just got back. The first quarter was tough, but I made it.
I've actually been tracking some of the activity of the different forest encampments.
Really?
Yes, I've been so worried about you.
Yeah, I need to tell you all about it.
Are you sure that you're okay?
Actually, no, I would like some food. We had a lot of squirrels out there.
You.
I know.
I have to tell you something.
Okay. Well, there's so much. But the main thing is I was feeling so scared out there. Things were hard and different than I thought they'd be. But I finally cried in the forest one day and...
You cried? I cried, and I feel so much better.
Margaret, me too. And I think it helped the trees.
I believe that.
And we started incorporating all of these different practices around expressing our grief into our work. We could get into conflict without killing each other. We started laughing and singing more.
Seema, that is exactly what happened to me. The moment that I allowed myself to really feel, it made room for this discovery.
Oh my God, yes, I knew you could do it.
And now we have 2 more years
2 more years. It's not a lot of time.
It's not, but we have to try.
Try a lot of things. Maybe sometimes fail and try again.
Let's try.
Let's go. I wish I could give everyone a guarantee. I wish I could say that everyone returns to having pink lungs, that humans succeed in creating mass movements to stop climate change in the next 2 years, that politicians create strong legislation, and that we did it, and we can finally pat ourselves on the back. But of course I can't say that, because we're still living in it, right now. But that does not mean that we should stop trying, that we should just give into the chaos of the world and spiral. See, when people take action, they learn about their own power. You have more power than you think, don't you think? See, our roots are deep in the ground. Our branches reach high in the sky. Your roots are connected to each person here. I know, it may not seem like it, and it's easy to forget, but it's true. Thank you all for breathing with us today.
Like the branches of a tree, we reach. Really feel the shape of the tree in your body and then sway like her. Imagine you are a tree and then find that central line pausing at the mind, the heart, and the belly. Connect to those around you. Connect to the earth, your roots, watch them grow, spread, communicate. Connect to your ancestors. And then you send that energy out. One more time. Breathe. Reach. Find that shape of the tree and then sway. find that central line, that river of life. Connect to those around you, connect to the earth, your roots, connect to your ancestors, and send it out. Thank you.
Take it to the trees. Take it to the trees, she said. Roots to the earth, leaves to the sky. The trees are wise. Take it to the trees, she said. And then bear witness, their gifts, your body there. Take it to the trees, she said. Let your heart follow there. Breathe breath. Thank you, Burlington! Thank you, Hana Saturday and Animal Dance! Thank you, Randy Park! And thank you all for coming out tonight. We are going off stage just long enough to grab a quick sip of water. And if you are willing to hang around, we would love to hear your voices in a brief community discussion, audience talk back. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Sometimes it's like, wow, I just saw that show. How can I talk about it? But yeah, we're happy to answer any questions, but we're more interested actually to hear what the impact was, or thoughts you had, or ideas you'd like to share. So thought maybe we could take a breath together, and then whoever wants to start can just throw something into the space, and we'll go for just about 10 minutes. Let's take a breath together in this beautiful space we have. Yeah.
I just want to say the scene where they do their first group session. I know you're all actors, but for a second it really did feel like you guys were talking from like it just, I felt very connected in that moment, and it hit very, very close. I shed a tear or two, and I just wanted to share that I felt that connection.
Thank you. Does anyone from that scene want to share anything?
Anyone from that scene want to share anything?
No pressure, but
Anything more?
Thank you. Thank you for that. It's interesting because when I got the script, it was written in that my dad passed away from gray lungs in the story. My actual dad passed away. So, like, it was interesting kind of like navigating actor life and also like personal connection to it. Yeah, grief.
I could feel you in that moment.
I felt you. Grief is crazy. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay. So comments are welcome, not just questions.
Yeah.
Especially comments. So I'm a therapist, and I just wanted to thank you for like addressing the emotional part of it too. I definitely talk with a lot of folks who are experiencing climate anxiety and having a lot of grief around climate change. So it's definitely real, and the emotional work is super important.
Yeah, do you want to speak to that? Sure, yeah. Yeah, Hello. I'm Rosie. I was the main writer and assistant director of the piece. And we thought a lot about that as we were developing it, and just what an important part, like addressing the emotional and spiritual aspect of how like huge this moment is, and the climate crisis, and really how necessary it is in order to be able to like take action and move forward. Yeah, so we really dug into that a lot, and were inspired a lot by the work of Joanna Macy, who is also digs a lot into the emotionality of climate work, and the work of the Aini Institute, who talks a lot about all the different aspects of making change. Like, you can't just go from one direction; it has to be from all around. Yeah, so we thought about that a lot.
I'm curious if all the performances you do are in this type of like outdoor setting, or do you do some inside sometimes? Just because like with the it just is like, it's just,
Yeah.
it's so, yeah, it resonates so much harder to see the trees.
Yeah, we've been touring all to outdoor parks and venues on this tour, and this is by far, I think, the most beautiful we've been at so far. But yeah, it's and also we've had a lot of, we've had rain dates due to rain. We've been, our shows in Montpelier are really impacted by the flooding. It's been very humbling to be so impacted by the actual effects of climate change in the show about climate change. And yeah, to be able to feel the joy too coming through of the ground, the feet on the ground, of the trees around.
We arrived in Vermont on the day of the flooding, and have had 2 performances in downtown Montpelier, where the people who chose to come out as a break from draining their flooded basements, it was very moving as a performer to connect with people in their real life process of responding to climate crisis. Beginning this work a year ago, or depending on how you count it, 2021 or 2011, it was quite certain that when it came time to perform, there would be new climate crisis breaking news to engage with. That unknowable is pretty reliable at this point. But gathering together outdoors to connect and feel about it is a part of our response.
This may be a little stream of consciousness.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna start with, I have one COVID, so my energy levels and I might not be might have my eyes closed and sometimes have problems with words and breathing. My background is in environmental activism and in dance. So it's really beautiful to be here. And it's beautiful to be, I'm really grateful for the outdoor space because with my experience with COVID and having long COVID, it's the space that I'm most comfortable in is outdoors. I feel really grateful that, well, one of the ways that long COVID has impacted me is that I'm not, when the smoke has been coming through from the wildfires, like, I'm not supposed to go outside. I thought, silver's here, I can, you know, like, when I'm inside I have to wear an N95 because I don't want to keep getting sick. But with the wildfires, I was like, oh, now I'm shut inside again in my home, where I have to wear a mask outside. And I just feel like it's such a brilliant gift that on this day today, when y'all are doing this, we're having this performance that's like addressing climate change and addressing breathing. I'm just so grateful for this beautiful day where we can really breathe and experience this. So, I don't know who to thank. I don't know if I'm spiritual or not, but thank all of you. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Maybe one more if anyone's like, I want to hear something or have a question. Wrap it.
Right back. I felt really inspired by the moment when Sprout, the first scene with Sprout when she went home to her grandma and told her about dancing with the trees. I work with kids outside, and sometimes I get a little lost or I forget why I'm doing what I'm doing, and in the day-to-day craziness of it. But if any of those kids that I work with go home and they say that they danced with the trees that day, then I would feel really, then that would be perfect. So thank you for that scene.
Well, thank you for that. That brings tears to my eyes that that's the work you're doing. It's beautiful. And I thought I'd mention, because not every night this doesn't happen, but we made this piece, the creation process started in September, and we worked 1 week a month through May, and then this cast started working together for an intensive 5 weeks in June. And many, many people contributed to the process. It's in the program if you look. But I'd like to recognize Leisha here, because Leisha is the originator of Sprout. And that whole storyline, and much of the actual words and wisdom in the show. So thank you so much.
Leisha!
Yeah.
I was curious if that dance was if that was created for this, or if it was something that was passed down.
It was created as part of the process of the show, definitely. But it's definitely speaks to just like movement practice. I'm a yoga teacher, so yeah, it lives with me somehow.
Great. Well, before we wrap tonight, I wonder, this is our last, we're going to continue forth with tour to Massachusetts and New York, and I'll have a little plug in case anyone is like very, very spontaneous. That where we go tomorrow is to Earth Dance. It's a residency center in Western Massachusetts, and you could join the dance ensemble and be in the show. So you would have to come tomorrow, and then you rehearse with us all week long. It's a week-long residency, and then you perform at Earth Dance Friday, Saturday, and in Boston on Sunday. And we are open to lots of levels of movement experience. So if you like the show tonight and you're like, wow, I could do that, you could even do a little online work and still make it work. Anyway, you can talk to me.
Join the circus!
Leave your life! But before we formally close, I just wondered, so we're going to This is our last show with our beautiful dancers here in Vermont, and just want to appreciate them. And choreography by Hannah Satterley. And is there anything any of you guys want to say before we close? Also, no pressure, but
But here's the mic. Yeah, that's our job. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much. I've had many roles in the piece, so it has been a gift to step in as a dancer. The fourth mover had to drop out before our first week of tour. So surprise attack. But being within the work is just being able to move through the story is probably the only way I could watch it over and over or be around it, because it's so intense and at the same time very sweet, and being able to sense from the audience that when we arrive, like I've had a couple people say, oh, it's so relieving when the dancers come on. I could just feel whatever was happening in the story for a moment. And so thank you to all the dancers. They contributed a lot of the choreography through prompts, because we had 6 rehearsals to make 6 dances. So very collaborative process. And thank you also to Neva and Raf for just graciously hosting talent in a way that's like, who are you, what do you bring to the table, and how can it become an ensemble together? And may we all meet each other again somehow. Thank you for being here.